I will take you through a proposal that I wish to present. The title of this proposal is, as indicated there, Isolation Distance and its Implications on Production of Seed, Certification and Adoption of New Varieties of Rice in Kenya. I intend to do this research together with Dr. Duncan Kirobi. Oh, sorry, I didn't do it. I'm doing this research together with Dr. Duncan Kirobi Onyango Kwe from the Department of Agricultural Sciences in Kenyatta University, and Dr. Joe Kimani from Karimwea. I'm proposing that these are my collaborators. These are proposed collaborators. And the reason why, my background information about this is this, that seed is very important. I think everything that we have discussed here, if seed is not taken care of, I think all other things will not come out well. So seed is very important, especially good seed. As I've indicated there, that the seed has to be healthy and vigorous. Currently, as we talk, all the rice that we have in Kenya has been, the source of seed has been farm-saved seed. Other than that, we know that in Cap 326 of the Kenya laws, KFIS is mandated to enforce that Cap 326. Kenya is also a member of OECD and ISTA, which is supposed to encompass all those laws. And rice, in generally, is highly self-pollinating, and therefore comes the idea that isolation distance and the issue of certification of rice seed production is a new phenomenon in the growing of rice in Kenya. Generally, we are currently working on an isolation distance of 5 meters and 10 meters. I've put there non-official. I think I have a reason as to why I'm saying it's non-official. When I took some literature research, I found that 2 meters have been indicated in some countries and 10 meters for hybrid rice. And generally that the seed security and its implication has to be looked into very critically in Kenya. The problems that I found out arising from the few years that I've been in the Americas, in the upland rice growing, is that there is no documentation so far on the minimal isolation distance for rice. Also, in Kenya, in Cap 326, it doesn't show the real specific rules and regulations that are supposed to be followed for rice. And actually, they need to be reviewed. I've said also that as we talk, except what I've indicated earlier, that we have not had any certified rice seed in Kenya since its inception, I think so. Especially for both, that's for both upland and irrigated. Farmers have been using, even I quoted somebody who was indicated that farmers have been using farm-safe seed. Also, there is that apparent collaboration, that problem limited collaboration between the participants of the formal and the informal subsectors. And the seed exchange is from farmer to farmer. I also say that rice is very important. That one is a fact which has been put forward from even by many presenters. Rice is very important, as you can see there, I quoted from GOK 2009. The rate of increasing of consumption is 12% compared to maize at 1%. You know that maize also currently is facing a serious problem. As in Kenya, we are in dilemma because of the maize lethal disease. And the sizes of land in Kenya are diminishing. And also the knowledge of the barrier, the knowledge of the isolation distance is limited. Under CAP 326, as I've indicated here, rice is not included in the crops that are supposed to be under compulsory certification. Even the revised one of 2011, even the one of 2012, is still not putting rice under the compulsory certification. And so many other factors to show this, that rice is very important, and there is an opportunity for Americans, especially what we have seen in Perkera and so forth. My objectives are four. One, I wish to determine the effective isolation distance for this rice, and also if I use a barrier, what will I use? What will be the necessary isolation distance? I want also to measure this genetic contamination using the diversity of those rice variety lines through the use of molecular dissection. And I wish also to determine the strengths and the weaknesses of the current rice seed production regulations in Kenya. And lastly, I wish to assess the criteria that farmers are using in the adoption of new varieties in Kenya. I think the hypothesis goes by to that. I wish in the methodology, I will use three levels. One, a survey, where a questionnaire will be put in, and I will also I wish to go fast a bit. This is for those people who are involved in rice, since the upland rice. This is something we developed at HiCAT one time, showing the areas where rice, the green areas are the areas where rice is potentially growing currently. So I will do a research in Nyanza, and I will also concentrate in Central, in Mwea. I will also do I will use three varieties, Nerica 1, Nerica 4, and Nerica 10 for the upland varieties. I will also use Basmati 370, ETA, and IR for the irrigated. I'm proposing isolation distance of ranging from 1.5 meters to 10 meters. I'm also proposing a barrier crop, sorghum, for the Nericas, and the reduced isolation distance of 0.5 up to 2 meters. And I will arrange my subplots in a circular pattern as indicated there, where I will have the donor crop at the center, and for this case I will use Nerica 1, and for the irrigated I will use Basmati 370. There are reasons why I'm using N1 and I'm using P370. Out of that, I will go in by in the 8 directions, northeast, round, when collecting data. That is at the majority. This is what I will do for the barrier. For the barrier, I will have a barrier at the center, and the donor crop at the center, and then extending outward. Those are the treatments that I will have. Continuation. I will test the contamination now using the marker-assisted selection, using the protocol by somebody known as Sergeant Kumar. I will score the wind direction and speed using a portable portable aeroplane to measure the speed of wind. And the circular pattern actually is going to allow me to detect any contamination from any direction, because if I didn't go up that circular, I may not need this other one now. That is I will collect data using a questionnaire. Sample tests, maybe during the field I will determine whatever percentages of oak types and so forth. But the main thing, I will do the counting of the number of contaminants using the number of seedlings examined, and I will also go to the molecular way of even using seed to determine whether there is any contaminant. The data will be analyzed using the normal scientific way, SPSS, SARS. I don't need to go through all that. These are my expected outputs. In the long run, we have available quality rice seeds in Kenya, and we have also good information which can also benefit breeders and in other scientists in the breeding aspect, increased productivity, and thus increased income and food security. At the policy level, I'm saying that if possible, and then that is what I intend to. I hope I will penetrate there. And lastly, the centralized seed production system versus the existing system of centralized public certification, if that can be possible. These are ways and means. These are my possible expectations. I think that is my presentation. A budget, I have a budget of this around 2 million, but it is included.